Hello and welcome back to the Non-League Podcast with myself, Lee Simons. And today, yes, I've got another special guest with me. I've got Tom Parke, who does work at Dereham Town. Tom, how are you, sir? How's things?
I'm very well. Are you?
Yeah, very well, very well. Apart from being stuck in isolation, I think this is the 6th or 7th week going into another month for me. So it's going to be pretty, what shall we say?
Yeah, I know that feeling. I think I've picked up more life skills than I ever imagined in these last 7 weeks.
Yes, especially when you've got little ones and other bits and pieces you've got to go around the house to do, which you didn't think you had to do. But hey,
Yeah.
what can you do, Tom?
I felt like Mr. Miyagi's looking over me today when I was on my 26 fence panel. So it was amazing.
So I take it you're painting the fence, is that right?
Yeah, and I'm sure that people that know me you can imagine it's a disaster, but I've actually done all right.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah,
So,
I'm happy with that.
so your partner's happy with the fence panels then?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure she can see him because she's struggling to get to the window at the minute because she's 4 weeks due for a little baby. So it's yeah, bless her.
Wow, especially you've got it all to come then.
Yeah, no. There's no amount of Google Docs or anything that you can read to prep for that. So I'm just going to take it in my stride, I think.
Yes. We've all been there. I can tell you. I can tell you the stories. But so, what else have you been up to in isolation? Then, Tom, have you doing any exercise, fitness stuff, or anything like that?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I think after I stopped playing with my knee, which was years and years ago, I think I just got in that rut that you get in really as a coach, and you let yourself go a bit. And then I had a bit of time on my own, living on my own next to a pub.
All right.
And that's a remedy for disaster. So I put a bit of weight on,
yeah.
to be fair. And this lockdown, I've worked hard because I think, I'm going to be a dad, and I've got a good relationship, and I've got to be a role model in the job that I do. So I've been burning the calories, as you can say. So I'm getting there. I'm nearly happy with looking in the mirror, which is great.
Good. Happy for you. So, Tom, if people are listening to this podcast and they don't know you, can we just go back into your background story and how you got started in football?
Yeah, no, I'm just basically a product of being released, really. So I played in a normal youth league in the Norwich District Leagues. Got picked up by Cambridge. Trialled at Norwich a few times.
Yep.
And scored the odd hat-trick on a trial that was deemed a bit too small. I think that was going through them sort of the phase when it started to be about being a bit big and quick.
Yeah.
Two of the things which I weren't. And then I went on tour with Paul Warne. Paul Warne, massive inspiration to me, really. And the Batchers for a company called Par Soccer took me to America when I was 10.
Yeah.
And done really well out there, and I got picked up by Cambridge United. So I went to Cambridge United under Ricky Martin. And played there for a few years, and got released. And I think that, to be fair, looking back, that was definitely correct to release me. I wasn't tough enough,
right? Okay.
And didn't grasp the other side of the game. And partly because I went through quite a big breakup with my parents, and I was an only child, and I don't think I coped very well with it.
No.
And I didn't really recover from that, really. But it's done me good in the long term with my job because I understand how to work with kids a bit better, probably, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then went back into the local leagues, done quite well, and within probably a year, got took on by Peterborough on probably about an 11-week period, right before you get signed to being in the youth team.
Okay, yeah.
So I was playing with Ryan Semple and Luke Steele.
Yeah.
And that was to go into AD Boothroyd's team, and I just didn't get taken on, so it was out of me and Ryan Semple, and Ryan Semple was the polar opposite to me. He was athletic and quick. I was probably a bit more technical, but couldn't run.
Yeah.
And right decision. He went on to have a really good career.
Yeah.
So I've got no begrudges there. And then I just come back into local football.
Yeah.
Probably lost my way really to a degree because of all the times you get released. I think it sort of does your head in.
Yeah, I bet it does.
And then I'd done my knee quite early, so I went and played sillily. I went and played a five-a-side for my mates. And I can remember my dad going, "Don't go and play that." And I nutmegged someone and called it, which you should never do.
No.
And I got absolutely 2 foot upended, and basically my knee exploded on me. ACL, 2 cartilages, and then had the op through the NHS, which again I completely shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
I should have gone private. really, even if I had to borrow the money. And never really properly recovered from that knee. I think people know that operation's very difficult to come back from, to get back to where you were. And then I flirted around with playing at lower levels for my mates, limping around, and I hated it. The word hate would be the best one. I hated football, like as in not, I didn't hate the game, but I hated the version of me, what it was. So I thought, I've got a choice here. I can either quit and be the best coach I can be to get to the highest level I can, or I can just be a fellow, no offence to fellow non-footballers, at best a fellow non-footballer if I got really fit.
Yes.
And that's, without being horrible, that particular style of football don't suit me. I'm a 3G, get it on, like, I'd love to play with Gino, but who played for Stowe. Them type of footballers, that was me, and I was never one for second balls and headers and two-footed tackles. So I made the right decision.
Good. Well, for yourself, that's good news. So you made that decision. How did you get into like the coaching side of it? What did you do?
Well, I was very, very fortunate that when I was about 16, the Peterborough thing didn't work for me. Yeah. And at that time, Norwich City had started up a sort of like a shadow academy for, basically you train every day, play matches, and then you can get 3 A levels, and then you go on to university, basically.
All right, okay.
And then they had it at Bury, and bizarrely, before I done my knee, and I then went to Bury, started going to Bury under Danny Laws, and Danny Laws I now speak to every other week, really. So I think he's great, Lawsy at Sudbury. Yeah. Played for him, and he actually got me playing after the Peterborough thing. He really did get the best out of me, but the travelling was a killer, getting on the train. Yeah. And me and my dad were about to sort a house there and then rent it to people, and that fell through. Right. And this Norwich thing came up, and it was right on the doorstep with Dan Connolly, who's a really, really good coach too. And I made the decision to go there. Yeah. And I'm forever grateful for that from the non-playing capacity. Obviously, from the playing capacity I was, because Dan was a good coach, got the best out of me. The team there was nowhere near as good as Bury's. Yeah. So I think from a football perspective, I should have stayed at Bury. Yeah. But from a life perspective, I definitely made the right decision to go to Easton. I've got no regrets at all, and I wouldn't be where I wasn't now without Dan. Really, he sort of helped me fall back in love with football. And then hence when my knee did go, I was still in football. So I kept in the game. Basically, after my college course had finished, because I think I'd done quite well, Easton kept me on working as a football technician. Okay, yeah. So I worked there for a good sort of 7 years. Yeah. And they got me into teaching, so I then got my teaching qualification through Easton. Okay, yeah. So I was basically working as a football teacher at a really, really young age. I mean, I was probably was by far the youngest Norfolk manager in history. I think I was like 20 when I took the under-18s. Okay, yeah. Which I think is unheard of, and got some really good experience through coaching. Yeah. And I was doing it every day. And then I decided to set my own with Matt Henman, who's now in Dubai, who was Dereham Town Varsity manager. We set our own course up. Yes. And called it Dereham Education and Soccer Academy, DESA. Okay, yeah. And I've now been there full time since, and absolutely thoroughly love my job. So going back to the thing you said about the playing, yes. Have I missed playing? No, not particularly. Because I've been able to stay in football and do what I love, and absolutely love my job, no end, what I get to do every day. Well, that's the best thing about it, isn't it? Because you're staying in something what you love to do, say, football coaching, and of course, after your playing days, you wanted to do the best what you can do is, set up your own academy, which you've done. And I think that actually, like, I know, like, football clubs are now doing this as well, but going back in the day, I think the importance of, like, what people like Easton College, Lawsy at Sudbury, Wilkes at West Suffolk, Desert, etc. offer, is it allows people that maybe aren't quite good enough to keep getting the training that the others do. I mean, because let's face it, like people like Lawsy and that, they can all easily walk into academies, and they'll probably be as good, if not maybe better, than people that work in academies. And you've got these people teaching kids now who are not quite as good, so you're getting a top level of coaching at them levels. Yeah. But you're also getting like A levels, degrees, setting you up for life. So it's not just about kicking a football anymore. No. You know, so it's about like having a life and football. So, you know, I think we've really become educated in, you know, in this country, especially the East region. We've got some really good programs in place that allow you to do something that you love,
Yeah.
and have a career.
Yeah, I bet it's quite good, especially when you've got all those programs, especially in this like area, because in Norfolk they've got a big catchment area, haven't they? Really, because you've got Norwich City, of course, Dereham Town, Great Yarmouth, and then all the way down to like Thetford, and of course, if you go down like into Suffolk, you've got even more teams, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've got all my hands up. I'm a little bit of a reason why sometimes Norfolk miss out on good players, because if you think like every year I send 7 of them to America.
Right. Okay.
So 7 of the best players that Norfolk have at, say, under 18, we send abroad.
Right.
And that
Okay.
sometimes will have an effect on the local football, because maybe they're not picking up the best young players.
Yeah.
But as we're seeing now with Charlie Clark is the best example I can give you, who plays for Wroxham.
Mm-hmm.
He went away to America, done unbelievable in America, and now he's back. So the first ever year group we sent away are now potentially coming back. So maybe football will start to bear the fruits of it, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It seems pretty good, really, especially with like Wroxham. You've got those players coming back from that program from America. It's really good for us, really.
Yeah, then you get players like Charlie Dickerson, who he's a lad who I can remember watching him at under-16s. He played for Mattershall, a local club, and we picked him up for PB, which is our little development centre that we had. And I can remember watching him at under-16s, and he couldn't get in the team, and he really did struggle, but he had the best attitude like I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And 3 years later, Dereham first team left back, England schoolboy left back, and Norfolk County left back got to the National Cup final. Unfortunately, couldn't be played due to coronavirus. And won the Eastern Region League with us. And that really did sink home to me how if you expose someone with a great attitude to the right environment every day for 3 years, the remarkable things that they can do. I mean, this kid could now potentially go on and on and on as a left back, you know, which is great. Like Fraser Blake Tracy, who was with us, who's now at Peterborough United. So we keep, like Sudbury, I think Sudbury do this as well. We keep churning them out, and that is possible to come through late.
Yeah, I bet it is. So what kind of programs do you actually do at your academy?
So we run from 13 years of age to 16. We run a program which is 2 nights a week training, and Saturday league program. That also allows the kids to play for their local clubs. And the reason that we do that is to bridge the gap between the academy game and the grassroots game, because no offence to the grassroots game, that's getting less and less funding, and the professional game's getting more and more funding, so there's a massive void. Now, if I had my way, we'd offer more, but the financial implications, we don't get supported by anyone.
No.
So there is a financial implication on parents, which if I had my way, that would be scrapped. But the pyramid doesn't protect that at the minute.
No.
You know, and like, you know, so for example, any kid that we get into the academy, we don't see anything back from. You know, we don't get any honorariums to go back into our program. It just gets, you know, so it's almost like they take from the poor and give to the rich. You know, it's a bit like one of them at the minute. But we muddle on, so we do that. And then when they hit 16, we take them full time onto a college course, which is the equivalent of 3 A-levels. The benefit of our course, which I think is bespoke to any other courses, we offer A-levels too. So, for example, if someone wants to be a lawyer, they could do 2 law A-levels, or a law A-level and a maths A-level. And they can do our course as well. So this thing about back in the day where you had to pick football over your career, I think we've eradicated that. You can now do both. You can do your career and your football at the same time. So we've basically offered a pathway from 13 right through to 19 to get people into university, and you know, where they can earn through playing football and have a great job as well. We don't offer anything from under the age of 13 because at the minute, without being horrible, I don't know if there's enough good coaches to keep the quality there. And I think there is an element of just go and enjoy your football up to a certain age before you start taking it too serious. The amount of kids that I've seen, like their parents and the kids throw all their eggs in one basket at like 8, and then by the time they're 13, they hate football, or they're not a team player because they're travelling all around the country trying to be a pro.
Yeah.
That promotes being selfish because you've got to look after yourself.
Yes.
But football's a team sport.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. You need to be a team player. But I don't think it didn't make me a team player because you're travelling around the country looking over your shoulder, going. I mean, I was getting up at under 11s, going to Brighton, and a trialist would be coming in the team, and you'd be just looking over your shoulder, going, "Don't pass him the ball because he's going to take your place."
Yeah.
That's not ethically like what it should be about.
No.
So I think what I've learned is maybe start things a bit later. You know.
Yeah. Which is probably the best thing to do because you going from like a really young age, from about 7 to 8 years old, they want to enjoy the football. They just want to get out, play, kick the ball around and with their friends.
It's a balancing act though, because at the same time, if the grassroots coaching ain't good enough, they get in bad habits. It's a real difficult one. It's a really, really difficult one.
Yeah,
that one had to get it right, but there's no right or wrong answer.
No, there isn't. No, isn't. So, with your academy going pretty strongly with Dereham Town, which is great news for you and for the catchment area. What else have you been up to? With the coaching style, have you been to any clubs or anything like that?
Well, I had a long years with Dereham Town under Matt Hemmond, so he literally I'm so grateful for him because I probably spent 5 years going around the Ryman League in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Learning the horrible bit of football.
Yes.
And watching and learning, and then I was getting my qualifications. I was then Norfolk manager, which I won back-to-back league titles in my 21.
Yeah.
Which was great. I then took the Dereham Town youth team and we won the treble. I've had quite a few good FA Youth Cup runs with Dereham.
Yeah.
I then basically went to Peterborough United to work as an academy coach. Yeah. And had a great time there.
Yeah.
So I worked with Sam Darlow, who's now at Ipswich, for a bit as well. And Kieran Scarf, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I come back to adult football. Wanted to really give adult football a push.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, I took the Wroxham job. So what happened with Wroxham was I was working at Dereham full time, and without being horrible, you built up a rivalry against Wroxham. So in the youth, we just used to bash them all the time, and you create like any sport, you create a rivalry, because you have to. Really, so I was always anti-Wroxham, and Wroxham were anti-me.
Yeah.
And the Wroxham job come up, and I can remember, I was obviously really young when I taking this job, and Wroxham had 4 relegations in a row.
Yeah.
And from the Ryman, and got reprievals, and obviously they were splashing loads of money, and it weren't working, and they wanted to go in a different direction. So they wanted to build a team of youth and around no money and build something. And I can remember being approached for the job, and I can remember my instincts. This is God's honest truth. My instincts were no, I hate him. and I don't mean that horribly. They can laugh about that as well. And my dad going, "Don't go there," because without being horrible, they have done well with having money.
Yes.
Well, So and I don't mean that horribly. I mean that in the greatest respect. So they've come after me and gone, "Look, we've got relegated." I can remember this conversation. We've got relegated, but you've got 3 players.
Yeah.
And by the way, you've got half the money, and we want an average age of this, and you've got 5 years. Don't worry about getting promoted. God's honest truth, they would admit that.
Wow. So
at the time, sounded really exciting because it was got no pressure really. They want me to put a young team together.
Yeah.
They want it to be about the football.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So I couldn't attract the best players in Norfolk because they want more money.
Of course, yeah.
So Norwich United at the time would have blew me out of the sky. Dereham Town wouldn't have been able to financially blow me out of the sky, but they were in a higher league.
Yeah.
And so really it was about me drawing upon all the best young players that I knew. So when I got the sack, which was in, sack's debatable. That's what they put in the media.
Right.
But,
okay.
Anyway, we won't go over that. But when that got to that point, the average age of that team was 19.
Right, okay.
Which I challenge anyone in that league to do that.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No, I bet it's not.
So I literally had all the best kids.
Yeah.
And at Christmas we were second in the league.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Really good.
And we went through a run at Christmas like any young team would do. We had injuries. So our senior players, the few that we had, were injured. We put babies out. right?
Okay,
So we were
yeah.
getting Saffron Walden away near Christmas Day, right, playing against a bunch of 30-year-olds with a bunch of kids, and we were getting turned over. And we dropped to 6th, 7th in the league at Christmas.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, considering the football we were playing and the age of the team, I don't think that was a bad start to the. In my opinion, we were in the quarterfinals of the Norfolk Senior Cup, and we were in the quarterfinals of the League Cup.
Yeah.
We'd beaten Stowmarket at home, we drew with Stowmarket away. So I was starting to see a great young side being built, and I pretty much knew that going into the summer of my first season, I think we could attract some of the bigger players. So in my head. So I'm 3 months into this job, and when we'd lose a game, they'd say, "Don't worry, it's about the long-term project." All that jazz that you get by people. And then ultimately, what they'd done is, a manager had become available from a higher level.
Yeah.
And he'd probably admit this. He talked his way into getting the job behind the back, but that's football, I got told. And after 3 months, I got shafted. That's not being horrible. They completely shafted me and my colleague.
Mm.
And from there, I haven't really done anything else more than what I've done. They had a good, obviously, pending their good cup run they have this year.
Yeah.
But not really a lot more in the league or anything. Bearing in mind, but what it's taught me is two things. Well, three things. You can't be bitter, because that doesn't make you look very good, even though you are really. Because when you get shafted, I had a plan where I was going, and I don't think I was doing a very bad job. I think if you asked all the managers that played against me, you weren't doing a bad job, and I got shafted, and they've impacted my career.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm a little bit bitter. They've set me back, and in Norfolk, there's not really any opportunities like that to take on. So they've probably just dented me a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I suppose it's taught me not to be bitter, but you can get even. So like when Bitten United, who knocked them out of the Vase, when I've done a scout report for them.
Yeah.
That's football. You just get even, don't you? That's the way to do it.
Yes.
But the other thing that it's taught me is not to ever trust any chairman or what anyone has to say ever.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't mean that horribly.
Yeah.
Because you get sold A, but then it's B.
Yeah.
So that's made me a lot more cautious of the next project that I would ever take on.
Okay.
If I ever wanted to take one on after that.
Yeah.
Really. And C, this is the main thing that it's taught me. You can build something special with young players.
Yeah.
And less money, but you just have to be patient and give it 2-3 seasons.
Yes.
Because I'll give you an example. When they're going away in December, and it's in the cold weather, and people are like sending long throws into your box, and they've never had to experience that before.
Yeah.
And there's not a 35-year-old ex-pro to lean upon.
Yeah.
They have to learn it themselves. So they have to go through it to learn it.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I drew up on the Wroxham squad, and listen, I love Geordie. Come to the club with me. I think great young manager. Love him. I think Adam Drew's one of the nicest blokes I've ever met in football.
Yeah.
Got nothing against the players, because I took most of them there.
Yeah.
And I have worked with most of them.
Yeah.
Nothing against them, but where I maybe look at it is if I'd Simon Lappin and Grant Holt in my team at that time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this disrespectfully to the players that they got, but if you look at the young players I had compared to their young players, I think I had a lot better young players.
Right.
But just didn't have Grant Holt and Simon Lappin, who, I don't care what anyone says, they hold a team together with their presence, their voice, and their experience that they've had.
Yeah.
That's what we were lacking. But I think if you're not going to pay for that, so at the time they wouldn't pay for that, and nor could we attract that, because without being horrible to them at the time, they'd had like 3 relegations in a row, so no one wanted to come.
No, definitely not.
You have to then build that through time and exposure and patience.
Yeah, I bet it was really patient for you, because you've got, what was it, 3 or 4 like senior players, and that was probably it. But then you had to like bring in.
Well, and they got injured by the way. So so that was very, very difficult. But so do I look back in bitterness? Yeah, I look back in bitterness the way that went, that was about, and I don't care what anyone says. Like, until that happens to you, you know, it's probably left a bit of a salted taste in my mouth, because you get told to do A, and then when you deliver A, they say it's B.
Yeah.
And they have had I don't care what anyone says, they have had an impact on my football career, which was, I think, going in a really, really good direction.
Yeah.
And I think they've just set me back a little bit. It's only a setback, but just a little bit, for no reason. And then 3 months into a job is like, for me, it's, you know, that's a bit embarrassing, really, to be fair. But learned lots from it.
Yes.
Learned about, like I said, the youth. I wouldn't change that for a penny. Working with people like Robbie Sweeney, first class, like, you know, great. Like I said about Geordie Southgate, seeing, you know, that lad was in my Norfolk team.
Yeah.
Won a title, and then, you know, to come to Rocks and then to see what he's doing, I am like a super happy for him. Really, really proud of that, and hope he continues to do really well. So there's nothing there with any of the players or them, even though I do try and wind them up sometimes, they know. But I've learned a lot, and I would say that I'm really, really good to go again.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's right to go again, because I think I worked full time at Dereham.
Yes.
And there is a massive, massive football club there that no one has got.
Yeah.
And it needs to be developed. So I have a great relationship with Gussie, the manager.
Yes.
And it wouldn't be right for me to manage the first team at Dereham anyway, because of my job. I don't think that works.
No.
And I'm now in a position where I'm having a little girl, and I think I can be a real contributor to building something phenomenal there. And we're all getting our heads together at the minute behind the scenes, and we want to take the football club, you know, drastically forward. And I think to be fair, like, because when I was at Wroxham, I was probably a bit too hands-on.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to, like, control the, you know, this isn't probably the right thing to do, but I wanted to make sure the media was good. I wanted to make sure the kit looked good.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure the training pitch that we played on was good. I can remember having a fallout. We'd lost 5-1. We were second in the league, and we lost 5-1 away.
Yeah.
And I got them in on a Thursday night, because the performance wasn't acceptable. So I got them in to train on this thin bit of grass behind the Wroxham goal on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I can remember the committee coming out and telling me off, like, why are you here? And I'm thinking, why am I here? They've just took your money off you and put in the most dire performance I've ever seen, and you're questioning why they're doing shuttle runs behind the goal. So I suppose I'm not built to work with anyone. That might be probably the best way. Because I can't, like, for me, there has to be perfection all the way through the club. Like,
yeah, I can see where you're going from, Tom, because, you know, you want to be, you know, you want to achieve something with that club who you're with. So you want from, like, you know, from the bottom to the top. You know, you want everything to be that perfect.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else I learned. So you said, what have I learned? Right, here's what I learned. I probably, when I was, you know, trying to aspire to be this big manager or whatever, you can't do it on your own. No. Any manager who thinks it's about they're lying, because you can't do it without good people. You're only as good as your weakest link, and if your weakest link's on your committee, you're screwed. So here's what I've learned. It's about getting a consortium of really, really good, like-minded people.
Yes. That
are all experts in their role. So you put someone on finance that knows finance. You don't put no offence, you don't put a village idiot on finance.
True.
Right? If you want the training done, you get a professional trainer. Right? If you want advertising done, you get someone that deals with that. That's what I've learned. And you put a group of people together, right? And then you can take on everyone.
Yeah.
In the right way. So what I probably want to be now is I just want to be a part of something that can massively go forward and function. Right, so rather than being about me, which probably it used to probably be a bit selfish, and say it's a bit about me, I'd say I'm probably more like make it a little bit about we. So at Dereham, I've got this really, really good feeling now.
Yes.
Like there's some like the people behind the scenes there now are very, very, very good at what they do, and I actually like generally like being a part of it.
Yes.
However, I do miss Stowmarket. So the reason I gave up Stowmarket was because I couldn't commit to the Tuesdays because of the Dereham stuff.
Yeah.
But but I will be forever indebted to Rick Andrews because after that Wroxham experience, I could have chucked football down the bog.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So he picked me up literally a week after.
Yeah.
Took me there, looked after me, made me feel $1 million, got me doing what I was good at, which was playing the guitar, and made me fall in love with football again.
Yeah.
And I met some thoroughly. Listen, the thing that they're getting right, they might have money,
Yes.
but their base isn't based on money. The fans, the way that they treat people, they buy everyone a drink after the game. Their ethos is taught me a lot. So I think I learned just as much at Stowmarket as I did at Wroxham, and I got a friend for life in the guys there. Really, I mean, I still speak to them all the time. They obviously take the mickey out how many fingers I got coming from Norfolk, but that's the nice bit about football.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it, about football? It's all about community, isn't it? It's about that family bond, isn't it? That's what you want, really, because, you know, like you say, you've had a bad experience at Wroxham, but you really wanted that pickup, and then Rick Andrews kind of, like, give you a shoulder to lean on and say, right, you're coming under my wing. We'll look after you, and I want you to express what you want to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I think Stowmarket are trying to do. I think most the clubs in 309 are trying to do that, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. The thing that the thing for me that builds a club ain't actually anything that go on the pitch.
No.
That's what I learned, really. That's probably what I learned the most. Really, it's massively like what I said. Like, people will be able to relate to this when they hear it back. But if you have a committee full of people and there's one absolute numpty, they will kill it. And that is, and I don't mean that horribly. That is a fact.
Yeah.
So you're only as good as your weakest link off the pitch is massively what I've learned in football. And if you ain't got all the money to go and get the best players, which shouldn't be slagged off, by the way, because who wouldn't? No one's going to turn down money. So I don't like these people that go, "Oh, they got money." No, because you'd have it if you got offered money, you'd take it.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
It's about having a realistic ideal of where you are at as a club. So if you have not got the money, you put a 3 or 5 year plan in place, and you develop young players, and obviously you don't let them go. You have to protect them.
Yes.
You know, you can't let them go to a bigger club. You have to then nurture them, and you have to build it that way. You ain't doing it in a year.
No, definitely not. No.
You know, so it's like, you know, for me, it's just about having a realistic plan, and every single person buying into it, and not being arrogant. Like if you were a good club, let's say you were a good club 20 years ago off money, and you didn't have money anymore, lose your arrogance. You're not that club anymore. No. You're going to have to go about it a different way to what you did 20 years ago.
Definitely.
You know, and no one's got the God-given right to win anything. You've got to work really, really hard to get anywhere. And that's why, like, I'll give you an example. So that poll that came in the other day about the league, I think coming yesterday, league about Robbie Sweeney.
Yes.
You know, that makes me smile, because not only has that kid got bundles of talent and, you know, come out of the professional game and found it tough. Yeah. He works his absolute socks off every training session. He don't miss a game. He's got a great attitude. When he's on the bench, he just comes on and gets on with it. Yeah. When he's starting, he gets on with it. And that, if you merge the talent and the work ethic together, and he's only a kid, he's only a baby still. Yeah. So to see that makes me think, like, you know, like happy days, really.
Definitely. That's what you want in football, and that's what you want in the players. Because Robbie, you know, he spoke to me a few weeks ago about, you know, his changes and, of course, working with yourself and then going to Stowmarket. But, you know, I think he's really improved. And, of course, that little poll come up and, his name was on there. It's really good. But all those 4 players which were on that poll, or even the whole team throughout, the goalkeepers to the strikers, I think all of those players have been top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And you know, I just think any teams now that are, like this coronavirus, like, you got to rethink how you plan your football business. Yeah. Really, and I do think there is a lot to be said about, you know, younger players on less money. getting their head down and working hard.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's got to be a longer, substantial financial model rather than, you know, the other one. But if you got it, you use it, don't you?
You certainly do. You just
That's
have.
where I don't think Stone Market got enough credit. By the way, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
They haven't just splashed money at a football team.
No.
They've built a crowd. They've built the ground. They're looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
150%.
Yeah, I think the chairman's done really well in his scenario because he's working with the attendance. He's working with people behind the bar, but you know the stewards they have at the club. They're bringing in like 300 to 400 people like every match day, and they're doing more things for the community. They're bringing in like new players. They're bringing in everything really, which is really good to see.
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, that's what. I'm not just defending them because I was there. I don't think they get enough credit. I think everyone instantly looks at money and goes, like, you know, but I think they're definitely looking at. They are an example of when everyone's on the same page behind the scenes and got a plan.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
it's like you can say that at Dereham Town as well because I've seen some of your social media stuff. You know, you got your media stuff there. You've got you're getting more fans coming into the grounds as well, and you're getting like
that club. By the way, is good to go. So
yeah,
I mean that in the right way. So we just need to upgrade our facilities.
Yeah.
Which again I think we can do. I don't think we have any restrictions on how to do that. The management are the right age. They're hungry. They're good. They're respected.
Definitely.
They're on it from all accounts, and they're backed. So there's not. So when we have board meetings now or committee meetings, it's not about talking about why did the right winger look sad? Why did he get subbed off? All that tripe that used to get talked about, right? That's got nothing to do with that. We actually just go, what do you need to do your job better?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
What can we do to make your job better? That's the first question.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what you want.
Yeah.
So for you, Tom, what is your next plans? Are you going to be staying at Dereham Town, or are you going to be?
Yeah. I mean, I live like a mile, within 2 miles from the club now.
Yeah.
I love my job, like thoroughly love my job, and I think there's good people at the club.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, and I think it's a massive project. Honestly, that is good. That is about to go.
Yeah.
That place. And yeah, I'd love to be a part of it. I miss Saturdays because I think I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I'll back myself against any of them.
Yeah.
But have I missed it? Not particularly. And do I want to get behind the sort of club? Yeah, I do. So, you never know what happens in the future. That's like with Rick. I'm sure I'd still be there today if I could commit properly.
Yeah.
Couldn't commit properly. It's not fair on anyone to not commit properly. So at this stage of time, I'm doing the completely the right thing of what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best for that, Tom. But I've got a couple more questions for you.
Yeah.
So I've only been going to the non-league scene, say, about a few years now, and it's actually good to see that you've got the younger fans coming in. And I've said this to everyone. I think it's great that you see the little kids having the replica shirts on, supporting the team. You've got the social media side of it, which is really good. It's getting better and better and better. Do you think it's a good thing that the podcasts are going out, the highlights are going out? You got the replica shirts being sold at the club. Do you think it's a really good thing?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it links to two things. Technological developments have got better.
Yep.
So it enables more people to access it. I also think it goes back to what I said. So you've got better people getting involved doing the things that they're good at.
Yeah.
So that all snowballs into like that thing. So I'll give you an example. So Rick Andrews on the day of the FA Cup had the idea of buy 10 shirts and throw them all in the crowd at kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's genius.
Oh yeah.
But so simple.
Oh yeah.
And like I was fortunate enough to have a meal with Roger Mumby, ex-Norwich boys, like vice chairman, I think, and lucky enough to have a meal with him, and what he taught me about how to increase your attendances. So he's like, well, everything for the kids has got to be free, because when you look after the kids, the parents have to come with them.
Definitely.
And then them kids become adults and love the club, and then they have a kid and they bring them for free.
Yeah.
And then it spirals. And there's not really a lot of rocket science behind it, to be fair, is there? But again, it all comes back to people. If you've got the right people in the right places, you're going to have an unbelievable football club. If you have got Vicar of Dibley committee, you have got no chance.
True. But one other last question for you, Tom. What has been your main achievement as a football coach stroke, academy director, shall we say?
Oh. I would say it is providing a platform for someone from the age of 13 to go all the way through to 19, keep in love with football, and have a realistic life and qualifications along with it, and not have to hate it like I did all the times I got released.
Yeah.
And that's not the football club's fault either, by the way. I'm just saying there weren't a support network in place when I had to go through that emotionally as what we have. So that's probably, so regardless of all the FA Youth Cup runs that I've had and qualifications and big games and league wins and all that, none of them are big as being able to say that I can take a kid emotionally and support them all the way through, and they can stay in the game whether they are still playing or not playing. That is my proudest achievement.
Well, Tom, I wish you all the best in the future and the coming season.
Yeah.
And Tom, thank you very much for joining me on the podcast.
No, it's a pleasure, and I love the work that you do. It's great.
Thank you very much. And for people who are listening to the podcast, I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Okay, take care, mate. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.